Good morning, grade 6. Today, inshallah, we'll take lesson 2, page 495, surface area of rectangular prism. So please prepare your books, guys, quickly and focus here. Prepare your books on lesson 2, page 495, surface area of rectangular prism. Quickly. Okay. Now, guys, in the previous lesson, what we did, guys, we did volume of rectangular prism. We did volume of rectangular prism, and we said that the volume is how much space inside the rectangular prism. Like this room, for example, is how much space inside this room. Okay, and the formula of the volume, we took it, we said volume equal length multiply width multiply height. But before we start with the surface area, I want to tell you a special case from the rectangular prism. We call it cube. Cube. What is the cube, guys? A cube is a rectangular prism, but all the sides are equal. Means length equals to width equals to height, like squares. All of them are squares. And we know that the squares has the same dimensions. For example, if we have this rectangular prism with a side length 3, if only the length is given 3, then the all other sides are 3s. Means the length is 3, the width is 3, the height is 3. To find the volume, apply the formula normally, length by width by height, but all of them are 3s. So 3 by 3 by 3, it's a 27. So the cube is a rectangular prism, but all the sides are equal. I just forgot to tell you this information in the previous lesson, so here it is. Now let's go back here to our lesson. Surface area of rectangular prism. As I was saying, in the previous lesson, we took volume of the rectangular prism. And the volume is how much area inside the rectangle, sorry, not area, how much space inside the rectangular prism. Today we'll take surface area, but of mean rectangular prism. The same figure here, we'll take something, we call it surface area for it. Now, what is the surface area, guys? The surface area is the area of all faces in this box. Means how many faces we have here. In the previous lesson, we said we have 6 faces. 6 faces, okay? This one, the opposite one, this one, the opposite one, the floor, and the roof. Like this room here, guys, we have 6 faces. Don't forget that. If you forget, just stay inside the room and take a look around you. Now we have the floor, it is 1 face. And we have the roof. And we have 4 sides around. Means we have 6 faces for the rectangular prism. And all of them are rectangles. All of the 6 faces are rectangles. And we know how to find the area of the rectangle. If we have a rectangle with length and width, the area equal length multiply width. We know that. But for the rectangular prism, the roof congruent to the floor. Well, congruent means they are identical. They have the same area, right? And this side here should be congruent to the opposite side here. Means they are equal in area. And this side here, it should be congruent to the side in the behind here, right? So to find the surface area of all of the sides of the faces of the rectangular prism, I need to find the area of this one and multiply by 2. Why? Because we have two areas the same. I need to find the area of the floor and multiply by 2. ليش? Because the area of the floor and the area of the roof are the same. I need to find the area of this side and multiply by 2. Why? Because this area congruent to this area means each two opposite faces have the same area. To find the area of the all faces, we will follow this formula now. Surface area, I will call it S capital, A capital. Not A alone. No. A for figures, we took it in the previous lesson, the chapter. Here, surface area means it's not one area. In this figure, how many areas we have? 6 areas together. Each face has its area. Now the surface area equal. Let's start with the floor. Focus with me, guys. Floor. The floor has length and width. Its area is length multiply width, but the area of the floor is congruent to the area of the roof. So they have the same area. So no need to calculate this one alone and this one alone. It's enough to multiply the area by 2 because we have two areas equal. So here what I will say, 2 multiply length multiply width plus. I'm done. When I wrote this, I'm done with the floor and the roof. Now I want this face, which faces us, and the opposite one. It has length L and width this side, which is the same of the height. This side, it is the same of the height. So length by it is width, which is the height, and 2 of them. So it will be 2 multiply length multiply height plus. Now I want to find the area of the side to the left here and the side of the face to the left here and the face to the right. And they are identical, they are congruent. And it has W and height. To find the area, multiply them. So it will be 2 multiply W multiply height. Now this is the whole formula to find the surface area of any given rectangular prism. This is the new formula. You need to memorize it. So for the rectangular prism, we have 2 formulas. The first one, volume, length, width, height. We took it yesterday. The second one, the surface area. If you have the length, the width, the height, you can find volume and you can find surface area, each one related to its own formula. The surface area formula equal 2 by length by width plus 2 by length by height plus 2 by width by height. Let's take example about applying this formula. See this example here. A rectangular prism with length 5 meter, width 4 meter, and height 10 meter. Find its surface area. Now write the formula. Surface area equal 2 multiply length multiply width plus 2 multiply length multiply height plus 2 multiply width multiply height. Apply it. Replace the length, width, height with their numbers. Equal under equal, 2 comes down, multiply length. How much? Given, it is 5. Multiply width. How much width? It is 4. The plus, always stick with the formula. After W, we have a plus, comes down. Don't forget that. 2 multiply. Now length. How much the length again? 5. Multiply the height is 10. Plus comes down. 2 comes down. Multiply comes down. Width. How much the width again? 4. Multiply the height, 10. So I wrote the formula, I replaced the variables by their numbers. Now it's ready to calculate and find your answer. In order of operations, we multiply and add. Multiply first, then add. Let's multiply 2 by 5, 20, by 4, 2 by 5, 10, by 4, 40, plus 2 by 5, 10, by 10, 100, plus 2 by 4, 8, by 10, 80. Add them. 140 plus 80, 220. Now the unit, meter, meter squared. Why? I'm finding area. Let's repeat it. Let's repeat it. For the rectangular prism, we found the volume in the previous lesson. In this lesson, we want to find the surface area of it. When I say volume, I'm talking about how much space inside the volume, inside the prism. When I say surface area, I mean the area of all of its faces here. We have 6 faces. The formula of the surface area is this one. 2 by length by width, 2 by length by height, 2 by width by height, and add between them. This example here, I have length 5, width 4, height 10. I want surface area. I wrote the formula, the first step. Then I replace one by one until I finish. After I finish, I multiply, then add using order of operations. Any questions about this formula? Tamim.
Mister, can you repeat again?
I did, Yabni. Watch the video again.
Okay.
What you don't understand, mister?
That Mister in SA equal to multiply L multiply W. I don't understand this video very well.
This is the formula. Memorize it. Do you know how to read?
No.
You don't know how to read?
No, Mister, I know.
Yalla, read.
SA
surface area equal. Surface area equal. Yalla.
2 multiply length multiply width plus 2 multiply length multiply height plus 2 multiply width multiply height.
Memorize it. شو يعني memorize it?
Okay.
احفظها.
Okay.
بس تحفظها. Come here now.
Okay.
I have the length. I have the width. I have the height, right?
Yes.
احنا هون خلص حفظنا الفورمولا, right? Now how we solve it to find, put the formula, replace each number, then calculate. Is there any problem?
No, Mr. Thank you. Only that.
Easy.
Yes.
Only that. It's easy like that. Only. يعني no need to make it big deal, huh?
Okay.
Abdullah.
Yes, Mister. Why don't add plus 2 in the example?
What? Add what?
Plus 2.
Last 2?
No. Like actually 2 multiply 5 multiply 4 plus 2. Why don't add the plus 2?
هذه؟
And the others, the 2 others.
يا ابني, we first you multiply.
Yeah, we multiply and we add it. Why you don't?
No يا ابني. multiply. هذا multiplication, هذا multiplication, and the addition comes down. First we do the multiplication, then we add them. مش تعمل لي بلس 2. ايش البلس 2 هذه؟ مالك؟ order of operation. ركز الله يسعدك. شكري.
Yes, Mister. I understand, but why, Mister? Can you get a little bit more in the board? Yes, Mister. Why we repeat كذا مرة
We don't
يعني
repeat.
the
No, we don't
width.
repeat. We don't repeat. This one length by width. This one length by height. This one W by height. There is no repetition here.
Okay. I thought
بيختلفوا عن بعض.
another thing.
ركز يا ابني ركز. The two length width هذه ركز. ها شوف شو بدي احكي هلا وركز.
Okay.
The two length width for which two faces? For the floor and the roof. The two length height for which faces? For this face and the face on the behind. Got it?
Yeah.
The two width height for this face here and this face here. So we don't repeat. Each part for two faces. How many faces we have here?
6 faces.
6 faces. Here 2 faces and 2 faces and 2 faces. Together how many faces?
6.
Also, there is no repetition at all.
Yes. Thank you.
Yusuf.
Yes, Mister. I have a question on page 493 on page question 3. I don't understand.
493, the homework you mean?
Yes, homework.
Question what? 3?
Yes.
We did similar idea for question 3. Here we find the missing dimension. What's the length يا ابني؟ على السريع يلا اعطيني الكويستشن. What's the length?
Yes, the regular first show has.
Mister, what is the length? الله يسعدك حبيبي. See the figure? What's the length?
Yes. 6.5.
متأكد 6.5. The width get wanted, right?
Yes, 6.5.
What's the height? بسرعة.
2.
2 what? 2 inches?
No, meter.
يا ابني, you don't know how to read. What's the height?
Height 2 meter.
Good, 2 meter. Now in the question they gave you what? Up. They gave you the rectangular prism shown has a volume, how much? 52, right?
Right.
So the volume is given.
Yes.
Now what's the formula for the volume? We said V equal length by width by height, right?
Right.
Now the volume is given, put it under of it, 52 equal the length 6.5, the width wanted, the height 2, right?
Yes.
Now multiply 6.5 by 2, how much? 13.
By 2, 13.
Now how we find the value? Divide with 13 both sides. We don't know this idea, Yusuf?
We know.
طيب. This is the question.
Just remind, I forget. No,
Don't forget, Habibi. If you forget, why we put videos always on the Classera? Why Tamim from the first of the year, from the beginning of the recording, and I put it always on the Classera? Why? Because if you forget something, go and make a click and watch it again. يعني ليش احنا بنحط الفيديوهات طيب؟ حمزة.
Yes, Mr. Why we do in look, we have 2 multiply 5 multiply 4, and the second equation also we have 2.
يا ابني 2 because each part
equation we have 2.
مش equation, each term يا ابني. Because each part here we calculate for area for 2 faces. يعني the first part, the length by width, is for the floor and the roof. That's why I put 2.
Okay.
And the second one for this face and the opposite face. The third one for this face and this face. That's why I need to put 2 in the formula always. يا ابني اللي عنده ولد صغير يعمل ميوت الله يسعده. Abdullah. Abdullah. Rayyan.
Yes,
Mm.
Mr. Today we will not do any example.
We will.
Can
Go
I
to
read?
example 1. Yeah. Go to example 1. Read.
Okay. A rectangular prism has a
Guys,
length.
go to example 1 on page 496. Okay?
Yes.
بسرعة. يلا read يا مستر بسرعة.
Okay. A rectangular prism has a length of 10 centimeters, a width of 6 centimeters, and a height of 8 centimeters.
Hello. We have the length 10, the width 6, and the height how much?
8.
8. Now the question wants us to make something, we call it, guys, net. Now, what's the net? The net means, you know, the Caesar, right? Magas?
Yes.
The net, like you need to cut all of these lines and make each face alone. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Now, let's, for example, make the net for this one. Okay? But I don't want the net from you guys. What I want from you to find surface area. This is what I want from you. But for your information, what is the net? The net is to cut the lines, guys, and make them flat surfaces. How many faces we have, ya Rayyan? 6 faces. 6 faces, right? Now let's start with the floor and what?
The roof.
The roof. We have 2 faces for the floor and the roof, and both of them has length 10, sorry, and width how much? 6. Here 6, here 10, here 6, here 10. So this is the floor and this is the roof. Got it?
Okay.
Now let's talk about this face here and the opposite face. Do you understand me?
The opposite face. Yes.
Yeah, this face has length 10, and how much it is width?
6.
No. This line, how much?
This line, the width.
How much this line? See it?
Yes.
Do you know this line how much?
8.
It is 8. ما هم نفسهم صح?
Yes.
So here we have another 2 faces with length 10 and width 8, right?
Yes.
Right. Still what يا ريان? This face to the left and this face to the right. صح ولا لا?
Yes.
Both of them have length 6 and width what?
8.
8. So we have 2 smaller faces now with length 6 and 8. Look now, how many faces we have?
6.
Now, to find the area of these 2 faces, they have the same length and width. What we will say? 2 multiply 6 by 10. هم the same, ولا لا?
Yes.
And this also, we will say 2 multiply 10 by 8. هم the same. And this also 2 multiply 6 by 8. هم the same, right?
Yeah.
But what I will do, I will use my
surface
formula. Let's use the formula. How many times we have? How many times we have?
6.
How many minutes, I mean, we have, sorry. How many minutes we have? Can we finish? I think 1 minute.
Minutes.
No, I 5 is around. No, still 1 minute. Yalla, السريع. What is the formula? Do you memorize it?
Yes.
Did you memorize it? يلا السريع أنا وياك. Write the formula. 2 by length by width. أيوة بسرعة ها.
Multiply L height.
Multiply length multiply height plus
a W height.
Multiply W multiply height. Don't forget the 2 always.
Yeah.
Now apply. This is the length. This is the width. This is the height. Replace, right? Equal to the length is how much, Rayyan? I will solve it quickly, please. 10 by 6 plus 2 multiply 10 by 8. The height
Two.
is 8 plus 2 multiply 6
Six
by
plus
8. Multiply 20 by 6, 120. 20 by 8, 160. 12 by 8, 96, right?
Yes.
ولا لا?
Yes, yes.
This is equal 280 plus 96, 0713, 370. 370 what? Centimeter power 2. Do you understand it?
280.
يا ابني plus 96. أنا الآن الله يسعدك. Do you understand this one?
No, Mr. 376.
يا زلمة هيها مش شايف 6 أنت؟ مالك؟ ها؟
Yes, no.
شفت انت لا ما بزبطش ركز 6 هي من اول 6 بس عشان الضوء كانت بتموج مش مبين. اوكي. Else guys we will stop here. Okay, thank you Rayyan. We will stop here guys and tomorrow inshallah we'll continue doing more examples about how to find the surface area. Thank you so much.